Among the many new faces here at Fraser Downs is young trainer Alivia Gogush. Olivia's dream was to one day perhaps own her own racehorse. Recently, Alivia made that dream come true with very little money. She bought her first racehorse.
It's addictive. In the beginning, probably about 4 years ago when I first got into it, I was enrolled in university. I was supposed to be starting a normal life, and I went to orientation and I never went back.
Have you noticed the difference from the age groups now in the industry?
Well, in BC, I've noticed that there's a lot younger people as compared to Alberta. I think it's great. I hope racing can continue out here. That's good for all these young people that are getting into it. I think it's awesome.
How old are you?
I'm 23. I turned 24 in May, so not really a spring chicken, I guess.
You're a spring chicken.
I feel old compared to all the young kids around here.
You got lucky with a horse that you got real cheap.
I got very lucky, but it's my turn, I guess. That's all that it is. She was for sale in the race office. Travis Tracy had put a sign up for her for $1,000, and I was actually looking at a different filly in Brent Hill's barn, but when the time came for me to actually go and pay for her, his owner didn't want to get rid of her. So then I went back to this horse, and actually Mike Hennessy was looking at her too, because he had drove her for Travis, and she finished second, raced really good for Travis, and $1,000 was cheap, and Mike knew the history on her as well. They had one of her sisters that made like $200,000. He was looking at her, and I really wanted her, and I owe Mike a thank you because he was going to take her, but in the end he said no, you can have her.
You did say $1,000, didn't you?
Yep, yeah, $1,000. The only stipulation was that because she's a 3-year-old, Asha would give you a bonus because she was bought out of the sale as a yearling. I think that's how it goes, a $1,500 bonus. So Diane, the woman that I bought her off of, said I want $1,000, and if she happens to win before she turns 4, I want half of it, so $750. So I thought that was fair.
When you got her, what did she look like?
Just the same she looks now, just kind of chubby and happy and kind of sassy.
Now you had a race picked out for her. What happened there?
Well, I tried to get her into the maiden claimers, but she wasn't going to get in. So then I just put her in the straight maidens, thinking nothing else really stood out in there. We were all 2-minute pacers, scoring for twice the amount of money. So she just kind of got thrown in there, hoping to get a check, and I got lucky.
You didn't get in that first week. The races got called off because of snow.
Yeah.
You re-entered.
And then we were going for an extra $1,000 because they had added that money onto all the purses for everybody because we weren't racing. We didn't race the week before. She was going for lots of money. And I got the rail, and everything worked out. When
you're training your horse, how excited are you knowing this is the first time you're running her?
I don't think excitement really is like the proper word. I'm more nervous than anything because I'm just worried all the time because I had no idea what to expect from her. I don't know her. I didn't know her at all. I had trained her the week before, and I really didn't know what she was capable of.
How'd you come up with your driver?
I had picked Mike to drive her because he had been driving her and done well with her. He unfortunately had one of his own in there, one of his own horses. So Jeff Stone was second picked because I thought he was going to get along with her. I think he kind of gets along with funny fillies, and she's kind of funny.
When she did win, how excited was it back in the barn area among your friends?
Nothing can compare to that feeling of winning like that, especially since she raced like super brave. I don't care that she only went 2-3, like she just raced really, really brave, and I guess like I was super broke too after buying her, and then after that I'm like, wow, this just changes everything, and I am so grateful for her. So
you mentioned being broke. Tell us about that. What's that like buying a horse?
What's that like being broke?
No, not having no money buying a horse.
Oh, well, it was tough. My parents don't like the idea at all. But then when she wins, they're all smiles. I just, for some reason, was hoping sooner or later this has to pay off, because I keep buying old claimers that their better days are behind them, right? And I gotta pick one. Like, one's gotta be, I gotta make it with one of them. So it was just my turn, and hopefully she continues. I don't know what her limit is yet. Like, I think she's a lot better than she's letting on to be.
Alivia, it's just safe to say it's important having a job, like working for Roddy, to keep this going?
For sure. I didn't have any equipment or anything like that, so everything is borrowed. But, and it's good to have a second pair of eyes on another horse. Like, I can ask him for advice. He's good with young horses too. I mean, she is pretty green. She's only had a dozen starts.
You're young, but what would you like to see down the road? You'd like to pursue this in a bigger way?
I don't know what I want to do. I like it here, but it's hard work. Like, people don't realize how hard horsemen have to work. You're here every single day, and your social life gets cut back a lot. And all of a sudden, I don't want to be 50 and it's all gone. My life just was a flash, right? I mean, it's been great. I have no regrets, but I don't know what I want to do.
So if Blue Star Allure didn't come along, there's a chance you'd have been looking for another job down the road.
Definitely, yeah. No, she is gonna keep me in it a little bit longer, but ideally, I'd like to just own a horse and have another job.
A real job.
Yeah, with like benefits and weekends off. Like, that doesn't exist here. Like, doesn't exist at all.